Ufrag are playing to get to finals right now.
Okay. This is interesting as well, though, because it seems like Batham actually can't play today. I don't know if that's something to do with his education. I know he's currently still in university, so he might be studying or something, or focusing for an exam. I know he's got a lot coming up at the moment, so I believe Weber has actually come in as the stand-in for that side as well. So obviously someone that's quite well-versed, definitely quite an explosive player, been around for longer than I can remember, has a lot under his belt, and I mean that just brings a whole other wealth of experience towards that Reason gaming lineup. He's quite explosive as well in his individual skills, so you're going to see a lot of that actually coming out. But, hang on, Stunners, is this Joey? Is this crucial? Because he's got a knife from @Sophie CSGO, but why would he still have his FM logo? So I don't know who this is. I'm really confused about who this is. I assume it would be SEO, but why would SEO? Because SEO's been like subbing in and playing with them a little bit recently. So
I'm trying to have a look, see if I recognise him.
Yeah, I don't know, I can't really see it on his face.
Can't work out. Not sure. Not sure at all. Well, there you go. Looks like the knife round is well and truly underway. Mighty Max is going to be going as Lucio this game, by the looks of things. Unfortunately, the healing is not going to be enough. We'll get taken down, and now Keita with it all to play for. He's got a Crimson Web. If you want a Crimson Web, type ! giveaway in chat. You might be able to find yourself a Crimson Web as well. It's not actually going to be a Karambit, though. Don't want to falsely advertise. It was both types of bayonet. It was a butterfly knife. It was a flip knife and a huntsman knife. All in Crimson Web. ! giveaway. Thanks to kingwin.net.
A lot up for grabs, obviously, from the great guys.
#sellout. Well, there we go. Looks like the players are ready to rock and roll. And should be able to start things off for the final game of the night to decide whether Ufrag are going to be able to make it to our playoffs. Playoffs are going to be on the 3rd of July here at Studio 1 in Leicester. So make sure you keep that weekend free and you can come and have a watch. Come and meet me and Jackie and the gang. Meet all the top players in the UK as well. And it's all going to be a bit of a good time. I don't actually know 100% if tickets are going to be for sale, so don't quote me on that. I feel like I probably shouldn't be talking about this on stream. Well, there you go.
It's too late now.
I feel like we needed to shout it out that finals are going to be happening.
Just mention it. Make it publicly known.
But I can tell you for sure that it is going to be live streamed, so keep the weekend free anyway. And while we're having fun in sunny Leicester, you can have fun in sunny, insert your hometown here, and watch it online. Thanks to the miracle of the internet. But here we go, the game's finally underway. It's going to be Ufrag versus Reason Gaming. Ufrag playing for that 4th seed spot. Reason Gaming playing to keep their spot at the playoffs. And we're going to see, by the looks of things, a solid B push coming out as Connor is going to lead the way here with his Glock out, heading towards this B bomb site. And he's just going to get his head clean off his shoulders right there. Powell starting this round off as Stanners right at the back of the site. Going to be able to take one as well onto Keita as the rest of his team starts to head onto this site. And it's a solid round for Ufrag. What a way to start the game.
Oh, I know who it is now. It's XFP, isn't it? It must be. It's got to be XFP because he joined FM Esports, and now it all makes sense because he'd still be on the roster. There you go. I finally cracked the case. So that's most likely who their 5th is. Obviously, a very damaging fragger. So nice frags actually coming out early on into the game. Quite a heavy SMG investment. One of those being the P90 on Jakey, so that's not going to be that risky. It will definitely be a powerhouse weapon. So can they tear through their opponents here, Joe? Slow stuff actually coming out from Reason. Looks like they want to try and make their way towards the air bomb site. Fair bit of utility. They do have that smoke on Mighty Max if he wants to go for the short smoke. But here comes the push. Actually, Powell going in on the aggressive. Will take down his ex-teammate in Mighty Max. Weber will respond as he lands the shot with a Tech 9 to best pal. And the push does come out towards A. Jake doing a good job, rips his way through Keita as he just holds Mouse 1 down with that P90. Connor's going to get dropped as well, but there's Reason, proving that he has a reason to fight his way through as he takes down Jakey into a 2 versus 3.
Certainly does, and he's a polite boy, so he shuts the door behind him as he decides to leave and head over towards the B site by the looks of things. But XFP going to be hanging around this midpoint with the UMP. Might just be able to find himself a juicy little double kill here if he bides his time and plays this one right. But Weber has been boosted up, and he's going to spot Adam over towards that top side of mid. And it means that he can get a bit of a better position. And so far, Reason decided to just kind of hole out here in the midpoint and just kind of keep control of this little bit of the map that they definitely have for themselves. Stanner's going to be sneaking on around from behind, though, and should be able to find Reason. But Reason does end up going down himself. Weber has looped on around towards this A site. He's against some fairly low HP opponents. Obviously, XFP still full HP, got that armor, and has a UMP to work with as well. But the Tech-9 can do some magical things, and we'll see if Weber is going to be able to use it to its full effect. Doesn't look like that is going to be the case, though.
Nice. Good stuff actually coming up from Ufrag, being able to pick up that very important round as they link those together. It's quite a critical one because you need to actually pick that up so you don't put your economy in such a horrific spot. So good stuff from them. Now they have to keep the paint train rolling though. Reason Gaming obviously only invest very lightly into this one. 2 flashbangs coming out so they can try and have a little bit of utility to work with, but it seems like it might just be an all-out aggressive B play with Keita coming through vents a little bit later onto the round. Actually, Mighty Max.
Well, it looks like B is the call, as you say. And they're playing these very slow rounds so far. As I say that, they're actually just going to barrel in onto this site. It's going to be XFP with the UMP. Can't quite find his shots, but he's going to have Powell to help him out coming out of vents right there. But the bomb is going to end up going down regardless, and Reason is on the site. And as I say that, he's going to be the last man remaining as well. Powell desperately trying to get back onto this site, get control, but it's going to be... I'm just going to assume that it is XFP at this point.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. It has to be.
But he is absolutely tearing it up right now. He's already got 3 kills in that round. He's on 4-0. Definitely feels like this has been a useful sub-in for Ufrag. Definitely living up to the hype at this stage.
Yeah, good stuff from XFP, obviously. Really bringing the pain. 4 frags already on the board. Everyone else actually looking fairly healthy as well. We do see Powell with the AWP in his hands now. Let's see if he's going to try it and create a little bit of early aggression. Maybe get that opening frag for his side. Obviously, this is going to be an important round, the first rifle round here into round 4. Will be an A take, it seems, with a lot of aggression early on towards main. We've actually got that mid play actually coming out as well. As Mighty Max is allowed to go through. Weber and Keita take down Adam as they burn him to a crisp.
Certainly did, but Jake has found his way around. Doesn't manage to get any kills though, just gets punished for that aggressive play. Now we're going to see JT gets annihilated by Connor there. Very long spray though, could have really gone badly, but Powell is available to punish that play coming out from Connor. But now it's 2 versus 4. It's a not good situation, but Powell is going to make the very best of it as he finds another shot. He's going to look towards Warehouse and maybe find a little bit more for himself. Already has 2, but he's in a 1 versus 3. Finds a hat-trick for himself, and he's looking towards an ace at this point if he can keep on connecting the shots like he has been doing in this round. Flashbang going to come out, might just force him back, though. He doesn't have time on his side and decides that maybe this isn't the round for him.
Might actually find another frag here though, as Keita just walks straight into him. So good stuff. Going to force out 4 rebuys across the board there for Reason Gaming, and we'll get away with that weapon. Could catch Reason off guard here potentially, but actually is just going to go for the safe play. No reason to lose the AWP. We'll go through vents in towards B.
Yeah, I think that's one of those situations where it's like, you want to go and try and get the ace. You want to go for the flashy play, and like if you're someone like JW, you probably just would do that anyway, throw caution to the wind, but definitely the safe play is just to walk away, accept that you got that 4K for free, accept that you can take that off into the next round and be happy with that. But here we go. It's round 5 now. We've got a full rifle buy for both of these teams. A fair few grenades to work with to boot. And we'll see what we have coming out of the works here. As we've got a bit of a divide and conquer style strategy coming out from Reason to start things off.
Early days, yeah. No one really going to go overly aggressive. We've seen this actually slow default coming out from Reason a lot, where they just try and take their time on their T-half, force Ufrag to waste utility, but they're not actually really going for any information plays to draw that out just yet. Ufrag haven't reacted. Only thing is, they don't have any smokes left anyway. And Adam getting forced out of vents actually gets taken down to 21 HP as well. That's really good teamwork coming out from Reason, and the Molotov used there from mid.
It certainly was. Jakey doing a good job to control mid there. Pushes up a little bit too aggressively, I feel. And is going to get completely taken apart for it. And now JT on his own here. Going to try and hold onto this A site. Throws out a molly and then a flashbang over towards Warehouse just to try and hold on to the situation that he's got going for himself right now. Mighty Max trying to get a peek maybe, but again, still not committing to either of these sides at this point. Reason's still going to be hovering over towards that B site, and we're going to see with Keita on the bomb, he's decided that the A site is going to be the one he goes for in the end. I say that, immediately turns around. Just wanted to force me to eat my words there. And here we go, they're going for the B site now, as they've got 3 Ts pushing on forwards. It's going to be Stanners, trades 1 for 1 as Adam goes down as well. Weber starting to tear them apart right now as Powell up on that top point, has his AWP to work with, but Weber, he knows where he is. And with just 16 HP, it's going to be a tricky situation for Powell to actually pull out right now, but Connor knows that he's going to be poking out. He knows that he's low on HP, and he's got his AK trained down this corridor. Easy shot comes out, and it's going to be another round for Reason Gaming now. So getting themselves a little bit closer to a tie point, but as well getting a nice bit of cash for themselves, and really finding themselves in an advantageous position at this point in the game.
Yeah, that was actually good stuff from Weber there as well. Really going strong towards that B-bomb stop with the 3K that came out. And this is what we want to see. There's so much individual skill on display for the side of Reason. They can basically just work their way through and go through these hero plays, and everyone can back that up. They just need to keep landing those shots. And as they begin to get warmer and warmer, you're going to see that come into effect. Pow as well, panicking towards mid there as he just spammed away an abundance of bullets. Unfortunately, couldn't really land enough of them in towards Weber, so he just took his timeline at the shot and picked him off. This is going to be a B play coming out of XFP and Adam as well, but his teammate falls. He wants to try and go in for the revenge track, will land 1 bullet, but it seems like he's a little bit too timid to try and go in again, Joe.
Certainly does. Is Reason going to find a second one for himself in this round, and it's just going to be JT and JK hanging about on this A site. Well, little do they know, the bomb is going to be going down over towards B, and they're not really going to be able to achieve all too much at this point. Weber with the AK just waiting for rotations, waiting to grab a couple of extra kills, and the same can be said for Connor. Little does he know, though, there's a player coming behind him, and the USB, definitely a powerful tool if you can land those headshots. So that's a nice AK picked up for JT. He's going to be very happy with that result, and he can back away to his spawn and just try and hold on to that weapon. Jakey, he's just looking to try and do a bit of economic damage at this stage. He knows that P250 ain't all that valuable, but it is going to be him going down to Weber, who was just hiding out at the top truck of that corridor. And there you go, Reason Gaming going to get a 3rd round on the board for themselves. And that is going to tie things up here. So Ufrag, in desperate need of a win here, might not be able to find it at this rate. If they can't pull themselves together a little bit, but they've got a good amount of cash to work with here.
Yeah, the buy can come out now. Only thing is, they are going to have to skimp on that AWP, so can't really go for that. Looks like they are just going to go for the light upgrade, just get the pistols and the armor, and give themselves enough cash into the following ones. They can get out a lot better buy. Have extra utility across the board, everyone on the proper buy there, and obviously Power as well can actually get the AWP out. So this round going to be more of a little bit of a throwaway, but they have the potential to go aggressive. Could actually pick it up if they play their cards right, as they still have those very effective weapons. Just unfortunate JT taking so much damage early on, actually knocked down to 74 as Weber goes for the initial peak. And there's the opening frag as well, Connor, as he just pulverizes Powell.
JT gets a really nice shot across the map right there with his Desert Eagle, but Connor pushing up forwards, does manage to find one onto XFP. Jakey hiding out over towards Squeaky. But unfortunately, once again, we're going to see there's just 2 CTs remaining, and they don't really have the firepower to work with here to actually make anything happen. Connor, he knows that they're still over at that site, and he's going to be able to find one for himself. Decides to back away, doesn't want to challenge that Deagle, throws the AK onto boost as well, just to make sure that no extra weaponry can be found. JT wanting to make something happen, just trying to do the best with what he's got. But it's certainly a tall task for him. Here we go, onto Keita, doesn't find the headshot though. And it's going to be Reason Gaming now taking the lead. But good things come to those who wait in Ufrag after biding their time on the buy here, they can have a much more convincing buy. And just take a look at that. We've got Powell with the AWP, 3 grenades, everybody else full grenades to work with. This, if Ufrag are going to find themselves back on the scoreboard, this has got to be one of the rounds where they really pull it out.
Yeah, this one's really in their favour. Everything's sort of come together to actually give them this potential play. And that's what they skimped out for, as you were saying. They lost that previous round because they couldn't actually get the full buyout. This is where they need to make it count. Unfortunately, Jakey getting punished so early on. But luckily, his teammates begin to fight back, doing the damage for him. Powell lands the AWP shot off on towards Weber. JT has a free K. One of those being the Molotov. Looks like he might try and go for the quad as well, as Mighty Max only on 1 HP. A nade could blow him out the server, but luckily no one has a HE. He will find the one headshot off on towards XFP, but Adam will respond, taking him down. And they equalise the scoreline now at 4-4 as we get in towards round 9.
Yeah, and that was a very quick round, and we said Ufrag need to get this one on the board, and they absolutely do. Now Reason, again, they are going to be able to go for a full buy here. They had a little bit of extra money to work with. Reason still with 5,000 at the end of this round, so he's feeling pretty comfortable. But despite that little barrier of cash, they still don't opt to go for an AWP on this one from the terrorist side. They're just going to run with the 5 AKs. That's how they feel a little bit more comfortable, I think. Connor looking for the wallbang and gets a good bit of damage down onto JT, sorry. Little does he know he's tagged someone down to 26, though. This isn't Call of Duty after all. No crosshairs going to pop up for him. Oh, hit markers, sorry. I don't know what these newfangled games for these young kids are these days.
These grandiose terms. It's an outrage. So once again, a really slow default from Reason. It's been working out well for them, playing this slower style of CS. A lot of utility being used by Ufrag as well. As you can see, once again, I mean, only a minute left on the clock, and there's no smokes left for Ufrag.
There certainly isn't. 3 mollies to work with, though, so still a fair bit of kind of zone control. They're going to be able to take an area by storm still. But we'll see what they're going to do. A lot of flashes coming out mid, and they're going to take control of boost, take control of vents. We'll see what they're going to be able to achieve with this as well. As we see, Adam just gets sent packing, really. And has to back away. Does not want to challenge that 1 versus 3, but it's all going to be on XFP right now as they start to push on towards this site. Now, so a grenade comes out, and he's going to get a really good blind. Gets 2 down as well. Has to move away because of that molly, though. We talked about the mollies. They are going to come into play, but now it's 3 versus 2. Is Jakey going to run into checkers and finds one onto Reason. Really nice shot coming out from him. And it's 2 versus 2. Health bars are just about equal as well. JT with just a FAMAS, but it's not going to matter as he's caught with a grenade out and his pants down. And now Keita and Weber up against Jakey. He's got that AK to work with, and he needs to make the magic happen right now. It's 4-4 on the scoreboard, and he needs to turn it in his team's favour. He gets the spray out of nowhere. Keita's not able to land his shots. The USB is not going to be enough, though. Keita, I think, maybe a little bit of panic spray right there, but does manage to pull himself together and finish off the kill.
Yeah, unfortunate, obviously, trying to go for the reaction flick on towards Keita, but overcompensated a little bit too much as he went far too far to the left and was eventually taken down in that one.
This is a cautionary tale, boys and girls, in why you turn off mouse acceleration. No, I'm sure he doesn't actually have mouse acceleration on. I think he maybe just thought that he was over further around in the site, but there you go. Full eco here for these CTs as I go accidentally to a cinematic view of him getting his head taken off. But
wow, that's good. It was like a frag movie.
Yeah, I do a bit of editing in my spare time while casting. Here we go, Jakey with the deagle, looking for a shot on Connor. Not going to find it though, and it is going to be another round for Reason. 6-4 now. As we head towards the 11th round, Reason are looking pretty good. They've got a whole lot of money to work with, but they're not actually dying in these rounds. That's the important thing. Even against these ecos, Ufrag haven't really been able to damage the economy much of Reason, so they're just able to build up this massive buffer of cash. I mean, Keita still has $10,000 to work with. Just a bit of a ridiculous scenario that they've managed to find themselves in. And now another kind of eco slash, I guess, pseudo buy coming out from Ufrag, not really wanting to force it up properly, but wanting to do a bit of damage. It's going to be Adam with that SMG. He's going to be pushing into warehouse. Doesn't actually realise that they're not there just yet, and And take a look at this push from Jakey. All the way up mid. He's going to look for a shot on Tikita, but I don't think he's going to find it on 7 HP. Gets dropped down immediately. And that is B control just about given up at this stage. Just XFP going to be there with the Deagle. Doing a nice bit of work. Nearly gets the second for himself as well. But he's just about surrounded now. Maybe needs to back away once more. There we go, Adam. Looking for the flank, but Connor is just waiting for him. We'll punish him for that one.
Yeah, he's going to get picked off and out all rides on XFP. Deagle in hand. A 1v4. Shouldn't achieve too much. We'll just go for the random tap there. Wanted to respond and actually best the man tapping it in from inside checkers. That is going to be Keita. Just teasing him right now with the small taps, making his presence known. Wants to try and bait him back in. He's trying to go for this as well, just panicking. Aware that there is going to be one man coming from mid. Did eventually get the frag off, but Reason was there close by for the trade. And Reason are very heavily dominating their opponents right now.
I think he maybe misclicked there as well, because he shot like 2 or 3 shots and then reloaded as he repeaked. I'm not sure that was fully intentional there, but it is going to be now 7-4 in favour of Reason, but we do have a full buy available for Ufrag, and I feel like the majority of this game has been Ufrag just ecoing, so I'm glad to see them on a full rifle for once, but I don't know if they're going to last much longer, as 3 terrorists are already taken down at this point. It's just going to be Keita and Weber. And I feel like we're seeing these 2v however many situations every single round at the minute.
Yeah, it's true indeed. I mean, it's been down to the wire. Even though it looks like Reason are really heavily dominating, it's still been sort of close action, even none.
Yeah, it certainly has. I think a lot of these players are very, very closely matched in terms of actual, aim skill, in terms of mechanics. But looks like B is going to be the call. And actually, it's the right call for Reason, because there's only one defender on that B site. And if they can isolate Adam and take him out without too much damage coming back across onto them, get that bomb down, then actually they're the ones in the advantageous position. Weber going to be rotating around for the flank, but I think that JT smells a rat. He's looking to maybe go for a rotation. I think him and Jakey, they're like, do we rotate? Do we go for this one? They're kind of not 100% sure at this stage, but they're definitely erring towards it, I think. Keita, though, sneaking over towards A. They've changed their tune, and Weber is going to be behind Jakey. If he can open this site up for Keita, they could find themselves with a plant down, but there's a player over at Truck, and Weber might be caught from behind. He will get taken out in the end. Keita getting a couple of shots off, but will get the bomb down, importantly, so better than nothing for Reason in this round. And maybe a miracle can happen, but I say that, Keita manages to find the headshot. And actually, it's just 1 versus 1 now. If he can get another single tap with the AK, does manage to get it. Adam gets his head clean off his shoulders. And that is another round for Reason. Keita just pulling that one out of the back.
Yeah, that was really sick stuff. And this is the thing as well. Keita's obviously sort of wanted to take this departure away from the AWP a little bit now and allow Connor to be the main man as he's wanted to rifle. And you can see that coming into effect. Really crisp aim, just annihilating everyone in front of him. 13 frags on the board here for Keita.
Yeah, he's doing a fantastic job in this one. And I want to see what Ufrag do to respond to this, to be honest, because yet again, they're on another eco round. Aggressive positioning from them. They're just looking to try and get some kills. Try and get anything they can, to be honest. But I don't know if they're going to really be able to find anything on this one.
This aggression towards mid. Nice Molotov will go out actually as well over by Maniac in case anyone is going to be playing there. Weber in that elevated angle finally gets taken down. Jake will be the one to punish him as he just taps down with that P250. Looks like Adam could nearly be burnt to a crisp there. Only on 10 HP. Jakey was so low as well. Wanted to retreat and unfortunately will be punished for his actions. Keita just swings wide and takes him down. If he doesn't clear the angle again, though, thinking that Jakey's the only man there, Pal should be able to best him. Does do so, actually links into the follow-up frag as well as he takes down Mighty Max. And now things begin to get a little bit more tense. Adam's on this close angle. He's so very low, but if he can catch out Reason before he's aware, will be able to land the frag. Reason just going for the taps as he peeks wide. Will eventually spray him down. And now it's a 2 versus 2, Joe.
It certainly is, but bomb control is very much in the grasp of Ufrag, and we're going to see what Connor and Reason have to say about that. Connor has a lot to say apparently, and he's going to be very loud in doing so. Double kill comes out for him, sprays them on down, and grabs another round for Reason. And I feel like each of these rounds, they're so close. They're down to the wire, and then suddenly Reason just pulls something out of the bag, just something ridiculous that you're not expecting, and they manage to just eke it out and grab that advantage. But again, Ufrag now, they're on a bit of a losing streak in terms of rounds, but that's not necessarily the end of the world when it's this close to the end of the half. It means that they are going to be able to find themselves with weapons each round at this stage. They've got an AWP to work with as well. Weber just spraying away. And a very wide split coming out from Reason Gaming on this round. They're not sure where they want to go just yet. Still looking for information.
And that's the thing. I mean, you've got so many hero players on there that can just go for these massive plays time and time again that even when it gets to those close situations, you can't really count Reason out. You have to be terrified of that individual strength that they have and that individual skill that can just come out at times.
Certainly can. Weber just waiting for someone to go for that counter boost, but I don't think he's going to be so lucky today. Reason, though, looks like he's going to be the first one to make an aggressive move. I say that. Over on the other side, we've already got fights going down. Mighty Max heading onto this one, as well as Connor. But they don't actually have the bomb with them, and they're just going to get shut down anyway. It's going to be Keaton out and Weber. Last two remaining, and they're going over towards this B site. They're just going to pray that they have enough right now to get this bomb down, because they are heavily outnumbered. Keita going to be opening this one up, but he can't find XFP, who's just going to hide it on out. Powell finds one for himself, and it's all on Keita's shoulders. He's running out of bullets, though, and he's running out of HP as well, as Powell pins him to the wall with the big green gun and finds a 9th round for Reason Gaming, who are looking towards a 10-5 half at this stage.
Do you mean the orange, white, and black gun?
Yeah.
It's unfortunate, really.
I mean, it is a big green gun by default.
But dead now, of course.
But not when you've got a Dragon Law.
But anyway, Joe, it's going to be an A-take, it seems. All-out aggression as they start their engines and charge their way out and towards that bomb site. Can they actually hold them back? Jakey will get the opening frag, but there's the response as Reason, an angry man, will pummel him into the ground. And they try and keep this high tempo rolling as well, beginning to just burst their way out. JT is there, ready to respond if he needs to. We'll get a nice little headshot off, but unfortunately he's sent to the Burns ward as Mighty Max takes him out of the equation. There's a 3 versus 2 as well as Connor lands the AWP shot, pulling the trigger on the cranium of Adam 5.
Certainly does, and that means that they kind of have a bit more control of this site now. They're going to be able to push on forwards. It's going to be Weber finding yet another headshot for himself, and XFP all on his own can't do it, and it is going to be 5-10, the final score of this first half. And now, with them swapping sides, Reason Gaming over towards that CT side. If they can win that pistol, they're going to be in fantastic standing heading towards the rest of the game, and Reason Gaming looking very much to solidify their spot at playoffs right now.
Yeah, definitely looking quite dominant. Obviously, that 5-round lead there. But even then, it was rounds that went down to the wire where Reason just really shined through where potentially they shouldn't have. Even situations where they didn't have much of a stake. So, great stuff. Everyone definitely performing quite well. Weber's definitely been doing a good job as well, that standing role. I mean, he's someone that's got a lot of skill, always been around, and had a little bit of downtime for the past sort of few months. But it's good to see him in action, just dealing the damage.
Yeah, it certainly is, and looks like heading towards this second half, Ufrag really have their work cut out. And let's just remind ourselves that Ufrag, if they can somehow win this game, they can head towards finals. They have found their way to playoffs if they can beat Reason right now. But Reason, pretty much at this point, proving why they are the team that should be at playoffs. And at the end of the day, it is as simple as that. These two teams are just picking which team will go to playoffs. But Reason certainly looking like the favourite at this point, but a very aggressive push coming out from the CTs as they just annihilate Azam right there. JT going to drop as well. Powell has found a bit of a flank to go for here as Jakey with that Tech 9 trying to find more for himself. Powell going to stop them coming out from Squeaky. I say he's going to stop them. It just gets mown down, can't quite find his shots, and yet another round towards Reason Gaming, I fear. Jakey with the Tech 9 and armor, he can do some damage, but not if he can't land his shots. And that's another 3k for Keita, and another round in the bag for Reason Gaming.
Yeah, obviously they should be able to link these together as well and actually go on to make this a 13-5 scoreline, which is going to be so hard for Ufrag to really claw their way back from.
you go. Looks like another A push is going to be the call coming out from Ufrag right now. They don't have a whole lot in terms of utility to work with. And we'll see what they can do with these Tech 9s and the Glocks. And then a Deagle onto Jakey as well. We'll see if he's going to be able to find any crisp shots to make things happen with. Mighty Max, though, is behind his opponents and going to be able to just mow through them like butter with that MP7. JT can't find his shots, and now Stanners, once again, the last man remaining. He's got a Tech 9, but it's not going to be enough. Just gets mown down once more. And another round going the way of Reason Gaming. This is looking like a very one-sided half so far.
Yeah, quite dominant. I mean, it's awkward as well because Reason actually went for a 5 SMG buy there and made it work out very easily. Mighty Max actually getting away with such a cheeky play as he went behind the smoke, actually in towards main, got into that counter boost and then popped out. So very dangerous stuff coming out from Reason and doing a great job of it so far.
It certainly is. But now the question is, with Ufrag cobbling together this force buy with the Galils, the Tech 9 in the hands of Adam, are they going to be able to make something happen? Running straight on through the molly on boost, they're pushing for this mid control, and so far they've just about achieved it. Little do they know, though, Weber is waiting in the wings with an MP7, and he's got some help from Keita on the P90 as well. It's going to be JT pushing forwards. The Molotov will finish off that player as Mighty Max over towards that A site. Not really in the most useful of positions. JT does grab himself a Galil, though, and heads towards Checkers, or in fact just checking that corner rather than heading that way. But despite managing to kind of get control of this middle part of the map, Ufrag again playing from on the back foot.
The smoke's going to go up on towards short. It's going to be a 4 versus 3 here. JT obviously so low. He'll be taken down very easily, you'd imagine. He will hit the ground. XFP claims 1. What more can he achieve? For 2 versus 2, the push towards the bomb site. The welcome mat is actually there. Mighty Max and Keita are not on the scene. They're going to have to come prevent, but they could catch Jakey off guard if he isn't actually switched on to this play. They have a flashbang and a smoke to work with, and that all-important defuse kit as well. They drop down. They eventually remove Jakey from the situation, but not until he had already got the frag off on towards Mighty Max. And now Keita's going to have to go on for the quad kill. XFP trying to get the angle by walking down. He will just spot out his arm there as Keita went for the shoulder peek. Can get around his smoke as well and find his way on towards the bomb site. XFP trying to get in towards that elevated angle. It's planted for default. Keita could actually just stick this right now. We will have to see XFP just charge his way in, trying to spam in towards his back, but Keita gets away with it.
That was a cheeky play. XFP does get the kill in the end and kind of stabbing the air, enraged, I think, a little bit there as Keita just pulling that one out of the bag and getting a 13th round on the board for Reason Gaming. I felt like that was one that Ufrag really could and should have won, to be quite honest, as well, with them having that position on the bomb site. They'd got the bomb down. It was 2 versus 2, but Ufrag now grasping at straws, honestly, with this kind of buy. 2 Tech 9s, armor on 4 out of 5 players, another Galil coming out from JT. It's definitely feeling a little bit desperate at this stage. It's feeling like they're just doing anything they can to get themselves back into this game, but it certainly feels like it's run away from them. They've got 8 rounds to go to even equalize at this point. And Reason, they're just 3 rounds away from victory. Keita has found another one, and you know, you said as these players warm up more and more, they're going to become even more crisp on these shots, and Keita is just proving that point.
Oh yeah, absolutely powerhouse. I mean, barrels of impact frags tied to all these players. They really can just click off when they need to and just slay the opposition. So looking quite healthy. I mean, obviously only 4 men remaining on the side of Ufrag. It's just a little bit in towards the round, and they look quite stumped. They have no idea really what they want to go for. Limited utility, their buy's a little bit awkward. The Arsenal's just lacking that firepower. Now they're lacking the manpower as well, as Connor peeks out, says Peekaboo, takes down Power, wants to go back for more as well, and he will actually claim that second frag on towards Jakey, and it's just JT and Adam 5 left.
Certainly is, but Weber finds 1, finds 2 for himself, and finishes off the round. Now Reason Gaming on 14. 1 away from that match point. This could be the penultimate round of the group stages here. There's Reason Gaming very much looking like they're running away with things. And JT, the rest of his team has gone for a bye, but he can't really do a whole lot. He's just going to be sticking with that Glock. In fact, goes with a Tech 9 in the end. But again, just really not convincing stuff from Ufrag at this stage. Another Galil coming out. And again, these kind of 4 spies that they can just about cobble together it doesn't feel like it's enough against the players of Reason Gaming.
Oh, it's true indeed. I mean, Reason right now just looking too strong. It's going to be such a hard task for Ufrag to really slow them down, and push coming out towards B. It'll be now or never. The flash goes over, allowing Reason to actually go for the peak, but Powell was able to slow him down just in time. Nice nade from Connor to find himself a little bit more breathing room to play with as they push on towards the site, but Jakey actually just straight up takes on the fight in the 1v1 and takes him down. We do see the peak from Keita trying to rain down damage from above, but unluckily Jakey was able to respond, and it just rides on Weber and Mighty Max now, a 2 versus 5 into round 20.
I think that was the cleanest round we have seen out of Ufrag yet, like, period, in this game, because it's all felt a little bit too little too late from them in this matchup, and now we're really starting to see maybe them wake up a little bit. That was a much cleaner execution. You could see they were actually coordinated, working together as a squad, and they really made that round happen for themselves. And if we can see more of that, maybe they have a chance. I mean, it's a very much a long shot at this point to get back in the game. A nice little kill there. In fact, it was a team kill, so there's that. But yeah, Mighty Max looking for an extra exit frag, but I feel like if Ufrag could have played some more rounds like that. There were some crucial rounds that Ufrag really should have won. Yeah. And if they've been on point, if they've been communicating and working together like they did in that round, maybe they'd actually be in a much closer game at this point.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, it just seems a bit awkward right now. Ufrag really not being able to find any breathing room. They're just getting shut down. Reason just sort of toying with them right now.
Certainly are, but Connor just going to shut Adam down completely, not let him anywhere near these sites. And that's a great start for Reason once more. I feel like I've said that quite a few times this game, but a nice answer does come out from XFP. Which, onto a big player as well. Keita has been absolutely massive in this matchup. So they're going to be very happy to have him out of the running on this round. Weber pushing up quite aggressively, looking for XFP, and he will be able to find him. Knew exactly where he was and able to capitalize on that positioning. Now 3 versus 4.
Headshot is going to come out from Powell there as he takes down Weber. It's a 3 versus 3, still potential. But Reason, they want to eliminate all of that. Connor comes in with the AWP shot, rails down Jakey, and it's just AT and Powell now. They're going to try and shuttle away as well, just try and back off towards that A bomb site. They're aware of the presence of the amount of CTs towards B. They're going to go for the gamble here and just try and get on towards A before the rotate comes out. Unluckily, though, Mighty Max is already on the scene, primed and ready. They've got 2 Molotovs to work with, but they need to just go out guns blazing. Max actually focusing towards short. No. How does he get away with that? Not even watching the correct angle, switches himself around, takes down JT, takes down Powell, and survives on 1 HP.
There was no reason for Mighty Max to win that fight at all. Gets 2 kills for himself. Survived on 1 HP. I don't even know what to say, to be honest. I don't think that anyone on Ufrag will know what to say about that one either. That's another one of those situations that it feels like Ufrag just unable to get rounds on the board that should be their round. And I'm not saying they definitely should have won that round, but I'm definitely saying that they had a chance. They should have got the bomb down at least, but especially got that kill onto Mighty Max when it was 1 versus 2. But speaking of Mighty Max, finds one for himself. Looking for a second one onto Jakey as well. High explosive going to go out just to tag that player down just a little bit more. Now the rotation towards A looks like it is going to be the call. Mighty Max though again with a second one this round. Looking for a third, and he will be able to find it. So now Adam, just the last player remaining. I don't know if he's got what it takes to finish off all of the players from Reason right now, but he has to. If he wants any chance of going to finals, he has to make this 1 versus 3 happen with just a Tech 9 and 27 HP. Not even a bit of armor to talk about. It's all or nothing for him right now, and he's looking for Mighty Max. He's trained on his head, and he gets a nice little kill onto Connor. Can he make this happen? If he can get one of these rifles in his hand, he's going to actually be in a pretty convincing position. But there's a player behind him, and Reason will finish things off. And that is going to be, ladies and gentlemen, the end of the group stages here at the ESL UK Premiership as Reason Gaming take that game again.